Welcome back to another Brain Boosters video. This will be episode 1 of 5 of the Korean War series. Today, we're delving into the riveting history of the Korean War, a conflict that shaped the course of history in the mid-20th century. Join us as we uncover the complex web of events leading to this devastating war. The Korean War, which raged from 1950 to 1953, remains a significant chapter in modern history. To truly understand this conflict, we must first explore its background and the multitude of causes that ignited it. Our story begins in the early 20th century, when Korea was a unified nation under the rule of the Joseon dynasty. However, this stability was short-lived as Korea found itself in the crosshairs of imperial ambitions. In 1910, Japan formally annexed Korea, subjecting its people to harsh colonial rule for the next 35 years. During this time, Koreans were brutally suppressed, their culture suppressed, and their economy exploited. The end of World War II in 1945 brought a temporary respite for Korea, as Japan surrendered. The Allied powers decided to divide Korea along the 38th parallel, with the Soviet Union occupying the north and the United States occupying the south. The division of Korea occurred against the backdrop of the Cold War, a period of intense ideological rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. This division made Korea a pawn in the larger struggle for global dominance. Now, let's explore the key causes that ignited the Korean War. 1. Ideological divide. The ideological divide between the North and the South was a primary cause. The North, led by Kim Il-sung, embraced communism, while the South, under Syngman Rhee, leaned toward capitalism and democracy. This ideological tension set the stage for conflict. 2. Border clashes. Frequent border clashes and skirmishes took place along the 38th parallel, with both sides laying claim to the entire Korean peninsula. These clashes escalated tensions and made war seem almost inevitable. 3. International involvement. The involvement of international actors was another significant cause. The United Nations supported South Korea, and the Soviet Union backed North Korea. This international dimension turned the Korean War into a proxy war between the superpowers. 4. Military buildup. As both sides strengthened their armed forces, the situation grew increasingly volatile. The North, with Soviet support, developed a formidable military, while the South received backing from the United States. 5. The spark. Finally, the spark that ignited the war came on June 25, 1950. When North Korean forces, under Kim Il-sung's orders, launched a full-scale invasion of South Korea. This blatant act of aggression marked the official start of the Korean War. Anyway, the Korean War, fueled by a complex web of ideological differences, border disputes, and international involvement, left a devastating impact on the Korean peninsula. It's a conflict that deserves careful consideration and remembrance. Subscribe.